Hello, friends. Welcome back to the shit shop. It is snowy and cold. Won't be too bad in the shop. Today, I'm gonna get started, quote unquote, started on the red car because I got all those little issues, electrical issues sorted out. Oh, I didn't tell you about any of them. There was a bunch of them. I'll explain them to you as we go. But I felt like I needed to get all that stuff sorted before I started putting mods on the car, because what's the point if stuff don't work, right? Anyway, got lots of little stuff to do. I'm not sure where I'm going to start, but I'm going to start. So let's get into it, baby. Alright, guys. This is officially the last time it's going to look like this. First order of the day. We get them other wheels, wipe them down, get her up on the lift, see if I can take them coilovers down a little bit, slap them wheels on. That'll be a transformation in itself. Then we got lots to do. I got the tail lights off the other one because these ones are all weather checked. Still got the tan interior in it. I got the door panels off both sides because I had, let's see, there was an aftermarket alarm remote start thing on it. I had to cut that out and fix the wiring. The door actuator for this side was unplugged. The regulator was broken. The micro switch for the door handle had broken wires going to it on that side, so I had no down control of my windows but no up control. I have all that sorted out now. I also had a short in the front left turn signal, which made me have no brake light and turn signal issues. I had no flashers, all that good stuff. So I have all that sorted out now. So now it's time for the good stuff. Alrighty, let's bring her on in the shop here. Alright, geez, guys. I'm going to pull it in further to get it on the lift, but first order of business of this first order of business, as you can see, we are towed out. Maybe you can see it. We are towed out a little bit here, and we got some camber here on this side. The steering wheel is straight. And then on this side, we're pretty straight, but we are cambered like crazy. So once we get the wheels off, I'll see if I can tweak that just a wee bit. I'll bring the camber out. That should bring the toe in. And then the toe should come in a little bit more as I lower it. So hopefully that'll solve most of that. Take her on up. Oh, look at those cute little factory brakes. They're going to go eventually. We'll go some big old G60 stuff on there with some S4 calipers. Yes, sir. Alright, I cranked that coilover down a good ways, probably about 2.5 inches. So we'll see where it sits after that. Loosened up these two bolts. They were in the wrong way, so I swapped them around, and then I leaned her out this way. Get some of that camber out of her. I mentioned S4 brakes. I'm not going to be doing them today because that's a whole little job itself. I got a master cylinder, front calipers, rotors, and I do have replacement factory rear calipers. We'll see what kind of condition they're in, but yeah, so I got to do the rubber line, caliper, rotor, which I'm probably going to have to do sooner than later because there ain't much pad left there at all. Anyway, got my hub centric ring on there. I'm going to lift the wheel up and bolt it down and go on over to the other side. Oh, hey there, my friends. It is no longer winter time. As you can see, the grass is turning green. It's kind of like the first day of spring. Working on 72 degrees today, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that video cut because I broke my phone and then started dealing with some boost control issues, so I've just been trying to figure that out. As you can see though, Wheels are on it. It's lowered down. Hold on. I got the wheels on her ass. Got her dropped down a little bit. And had this lip here laying around. So me and Chris screwed her up there and she looks pretty cool. I'm gonna tighten it up with some zip ties, but yeah. So now I had to pull the turbo and the intake manifold off because I had a boost control issue and a boost leak. So we're gonna go put all that stuff back together and push this thing in the shop and get ready to put the stuff back on. Yeah. All right. As you can see here, got everything all laid out and ready to go. All my knickknacks and doodads and nuts and bolts, gonna church it all up real nice. I'm gonna fire up the Scotch-Brite wheel and clean everything up a little bit and getting the boltener together. I have my actuator here adjusted wrong, so we were having overboost issues. It was leaking a little bit from this, and I had the wrong multi-layer steel gasket on the manifold, so it was leaking from one of these as well, which is also causing overboost and boost control issues. So with the compounding issues, we got some fresh gaskets. We're gonna run some red RTV where the multi-layer steel, where the steel gaskets are, just for peace of mind. Just a super thin layer. Don't get all bent out of shape on it. We ain't gonna be splooging out the seams or nothing. And then nice pretty copper washers on, or copper nuts on everything. And yeah, I guess I'll show y'all when it's together. All right. First copper nuts on the EGR block off. Got that cleaned up. Got that cleaned up. Got that cleaned up. Go bolt her together and then double check that the actuator rod doing the right thing where it's supposed to do at the right vacuum levels. And then should be about ready to bolt on the car. And then I got something else cool to show y'all, but you'll have to wait a few minutes. And just like that, more copper nuts, all churchy like. She ready to go on. All right, y'all, like I said, I pulled the turbo and the intake off because I know I had a boost leak. I could hear it. One of these inner flanges was leaking, and there's some carbon around the turbo to manifold joint, and it doesn't look like it was leaking, but it looked like I was trying to. So fresh gaskets everywhere. I'm gonna clean that up before I set the turbo in there. But yeah, I got that stuff swapped on, and was doing some. My tuner sent me over a fresh tune, and it was running good, running decent, but we were making too much boost. That would be because the actuator, well, a combination of the actuator rod not being adjusted correctly and the boost leaks. So computer was unhappy, so I ended up deciding to go ahead and pull it apart and found that that actuator was not, in fact, adjusted correctly. And at the very least, the manifold was leaking at the head. So I got some graphite gaskets to replace that steel gasket. I don't know if I said that already. And then put it back together, and then we should be able to move forward with tuning. And then once it's running right, I'll refocus. We can get the swapping on the bigger master cylinder and the S4 front calipers with G60 rotors. Get her ass stopping real nice. And then I'll move to swapping the GLX interior and, well, finishing that last. Hold on, actually, show you what I have done. Right here. Went ahead and stuck the black door panels on because I had the fronts off anyway because I was fixing them electrical issues. Wired in the speakers, all that good stuff. The rears are in there too. Wired in, turned out those cheapo Amazon boost and EGT gauges weren't very accurate, so I went ahead and splurged a little bit on some glow shift gauges. You'll see those later. And then I haven't put the console back in yet because I'm either going to be dyeing the carpet or pulling it out to replace it with black carpet. So yeah, but I guess it's time to get on the Turbski now. Alright, there it is, well, snazzy copper. Oh, we got a glare here. Alright, there it is, with all them snazzy copper nuts. Everything's all tightened up. Got to do the return line under there and get the intake manifold on. I know you see my actuator's loose there. That's because I cannot get to two of the bolts for the intake manifold with it bolted tight. So, gotta get them in first, then I give her the old reach around there and tickle them in there. Alright, friends and foes. Both manifolds on, oil feed line is tight, actuator's tight. And this is the little tidbit I mentioned a little while ago. I went ahead and got me a little tube, tigged it up. Not that pretty because I didn't clean the metal as well as I probably could have, but hey, that's eliminating a potential boost leak in the future. And I wanted to weld something with my new welder, so yeah. Alright, I gotta get up underneath this thing and hook up the return line. Alright. Return line's hooked up. Feed line's hooked up. Actuator's bolted down. Plumbing is in, clamps are on. Just gotta pull my light out of there. Put the intake tube on it and clean up all these tools and fire her ass up. See how she runs. Okie dokie. I believe I got everything hooked up. Wander on over there to the hot seat and fire her ass up. Well, she running pretty decent. I just ran her up and down the road a little bit. Took some logs from a tuner. So I reckon I'm gonna shut her down, disconnect all that good stuff, and we'll be back with y'all to work on the brakes. Well, hey there, friends. Beautiful spring Sunday. I think it's like close to 80 out here. I've been screwing around with the tuning stuff, just trying to get this thing run decent, but I'm trying to get to the DMV next week, or well, this coming week, so that I can put plates on this and take it to the house and actually have it there to tune with, because I can't come down here every day. So today I'm gonna get started on the Girling 60 Girling 60 caliper, G60 rotors, swap for the front, big brakes, and all that. Here, I'll take you around the other side. I already got the wheel off over there. All right, here it is, factory B4 TDI brakes. I already got the bolts out of the caliper. And I realized, oh yeah, I wanted to film. So yeah, I gotta see if I can get that guy out. Hopefully he's not seized in there, and then pull the caliper and the bracket off. And I'm not gonna take that brake line loose until the new caliper is on, so that I could just quickly swap it out and don't spill too much fluid. So yeah, here goes nothing, I reckon. Ooh, son, I guess she needs it anyway. Ain't a whole about every mile out of them pads. You're running for a little bit longer. See what this one looks like. Just as bad. Yeah, if not even a little bit worse. Glazed, crusty. They did not stop well at all, so. Well worn out. All right, let's get this bracket and this rotor off of here. All right. Wait, what? There's it. Yeet. Y'all, if you need brakes, this brake stuff, like the caliper and all that stuff, you won't want new rotors, but hit me up. I'll sell them to you for like, I don't know, $20 plus shipping. All right, now I gotta see if I can get that little Johnny brake loose. All right, got her ass loose. Let's, I brought this one over here. We can have a little comparison there. That's a good bit of difference, I'd say. Look, a half inch maybe on each side. I know they stopped real nice on the green car, so I'm looking forward to it. Because those are terrible. Alright, there's the caliper. Genuine Girling 60s, baby. Nice fat pads. Let's get that bracket bolted up and keep it moving. All right, new rotor's up. Screws in, bracket, caliper. Moving on. All right, there it is. There's the old caliper for comparison. Single piston, it's close to the same size, but single piston definitely don't got what that one does. All right, yeah. Line went in nice, came off nice, came loose nice, didn't have to fight it. All bolted up, open up the bleeder, let her gravity a little bit. She immediately, there ain't nothing wrong with these lines. Immediately almost, she blew some, let some bubbles up and then started dribbling and closed her back up, put the cap on it. Reckon it's time to move to the other side now. All right, rotor and bracket are on. Gotta go over to the vise and get the old part of the hard line out of the line that's still attached to the caliper. We'll do a quick shot here. That's the difference in the pad between the factory B4 stuff, Mark III stuff, and this is a pad for like a 92 to 94 Audi S4. The rotor is G60 and the caliper is the S4 caliper. Now, this works great. It all lines up. Everything's good. Everything's good. But there is, yeah, you can see it there. Right here. That's about how much hangs off the inside of the rotor here. So you can leave it or do like I did. I took a angle grinder to it and just took that out of there so that it wouldn't be hanging over the edge of the inside of the rotor. Still have plenty more pad than that old one, so she good. And I tell you, that thing stops. It stops good. Yeah, anyway, let me go over to the vise and do this real quick. All right, everything's on, bolted up, tight, gravity blade. She bubbled out and gave me clear fluid, so I'm gonna let it down a little bit and hop in there and see what the pedal feels like, see if I even need to do any of the old school bleeding or if she's good. And we'll decide whether I got new bearings, seals, rotors, and pads for the rear. We'll see whether I'm feeling ambitious enough to do it today or another day. I also got a bigger master cylinder, but we'll see how it feels before I swap that on. All right. Brake pedal felt good. I started it up, she was good. Look at that clearance in there. You can't even see it hardly. Hold on. I was really worried first time I set all this up that wasn't clear, but she cleared just fine. I drove her down the road before with the scissors. I had this set up on the green car and never had any rubbing issues or anything, so sent it. Yeah, I sure would be interested to know how many miles were on these brakes, because yeah, that was the outside pad on the right rear. Just kind of gone. Left the chat. Who knows how many miles ago. Anyway, new pads, new rotors, new bearings, all that incoming. Hey friends, I put a halt to those rear brakes because Rock Auto is screwing me around. It took like 2 weeks and then I finally got them to give me a refund. So I just slapped some other like better pads on there that I have for now. They work fine. I'm not upgrading them at this point, so screw it. Anyway, check this out. Pulled the seat because I'm fixing to vacuum all this up and throw some dye in here so I can put the leather seats in. And found me a fiver. I got 5 on it. Yeah, anyway, show y'all what it looks like here in just a second after I vacuum it, and then we're gonna spray some dye on the carpet because I can't get a hold of the rest of the black plastics, and I want my shit swapped out. So yeah. All right, guys, a couple weeks later, but I'll show y'all everything once I get the rest of it done. But last thing to do is pull these back seats out, dye up there in the corners, put the package tray in that's black, pop the leather seats in, and interior will be pretty much done. Well, friends, pretty well the bottom half, mind you. is complete. I've got actual black trim to replace all of that, but I'm not going to bother with it until I'm ready to pull the headliner and recover that in black. I still need to find, hold on. Here's the rest of the front. Looking good. Gave her a quick little wipe down with some Armor All and some leather conditioner. I still need to find, which I'm probably gonna have to get from overseas, this bad boy right here. We didn't get them in black here in the States, so gotta locate one of them, get some black visors, couple little black pieces that I didn't get with that one package. But look, all shined up, looking good. Yes, sir. Well, that's gonna just about do it for this video. It's been real drawn out. I need to get y'all some content, so like I said, that's gonna do it. Next is gonna be, got a couple of little odds and ends. As I mentioned, the headliner and the upper half of the trim needs swap. As you can see, A-pillar trims is missing. I have all that in black. It's good, didn't get any of the lower stuff in black, so I just had to spray it all. Anyway, roof racks. I got, what else? Probably gonna, the coilovers on the back are all the way down and it's not as low as I would like it to be, so I had some brand new struts and new speed springs on the other one. I'll probably swap the rear ones on because it was sitting real nice with those on it in the back. At least I like the way these ride, but I need the back a little lower, so we're gonna do that. Anything else I'll think of probably a spur of the moment, and you'll see it right here on the bleep bloop on the screen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe, share it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.